Hello, football fans, and welcome to the Fantasy Football Network. What a weekend of watching grown fucking men ass-grabbing each other. The NFL wasn't bad either. With the one-sided affairs and surprise upsets, there's plenty to dive into for SuperAsianMan's Fantasy Football League. Talk about the surprise of the week. Throwing a Hail Mary not only achieves their first victory of the season, but the highest score of the week with 126.46 points. But throwing a Hail Mary isn't the only team that's celebrating. Both Potato Energy and Bitch Ass Team also celebrated and danced the night away, being the only undefeated teams remaining. However, I've got my skeptical spectacles on, looking at Bitch Ass Team. Although undefeated, Bitch Ass Team has the lowest points scored against them through the first 3 weeks. One has to wonder if Bitch Ass Team truly deserves the second seed. Oh my god, you're huge. I've got nothing to say. On the other side of the league, Inglorious Bastards continue to tumble and fall to 0-3. Not only do Inglorious Bastards have the second highest points against them so far this year, but his two starting running backs in all 3 weeks combined have scored only a total of 23 points, each running back only averaging 3.83 points each week. Pitiful. Inglorious Bastards must really be looking back at the draft and wondering if it was worth drafting both Josh Allen and Joe Burrow in the second and fourth rounds in this one quarterback league. Another team continuing to struggle is the Convicts, and in this reporter's opinion, it's simply due to poor management. 2 weeks in a row, the Convicts started players that have been ruled out before their games, causing a 2-game losing streak. Even with the losses, the Convicts somehow still hold on to the 8th seed. But I doubt that'll be the case after this week, especially since the Convicts are going up against the number 1 seed, Potato Energy, in week 4. And speaking of Potato Energy, the biggest news of the week is the massive trade that happened between them and In Justin Fields We Trust. This trade smells of desperation for both teams. In Justin Fields We Trust gave up monster players Devontae Adams, Mark Andrews, James Conner, and Jonathan Taylor to get Antonio Gibson, Tyler Higbee, Chris Olave, and David Montgomery. Starting the season 1 and 2, In Justin Fields We Trust is in a win-now mindset, no longer being able to hold out for Jonathan Taylor's return. And for all we know, Jonathan Taylor's return might be the biggest dud of the season. But Potato Energy is also in desperate times, as they lost both Mike Williams and Tony Jones to injuries, which may keep them out the rest of the year. This is the biggest trade of the year so far, and this may lead to huge ramifications towards the end of the season, and only time will tell whether both these teams will make it into the playoffs. But if you ask me, I think Potato Energy definitely got the better end of this deal. But one team to make sure not to forget is Josh's Swag Team, who may be the dark horse of the season. Despite not making big splashes, Josh's Swag Team have crawled their way up to the 4th seed. Riding on the back of the Tua and Tyreek Hill combo, Josh's Swag Team have been riding the waves to victory. With Adam Thielen on his bench making quite the impression the last 2 weeks, one must consider how scary Josh's Swag Team can truly be with all cylinders firing. With so many questions up in the air, there's no telling what will happen as the football season rolls on. But one thing's for sure, we at the Fantasy Football Network will keep you posted with all the latest hits and jaw-dropping news. You've been watching an FFN update. I'm John Super Asian Man Park, signing off to save the world. Have a good night.